Before I start this video, I did want to show off this neat little doohickey thing I got here. I get a little piece of memorabilia for every single Let's Play I do, and since this one was so important for me, I went a little bit bigger on it, which is actually kind of funny because it's a little 3-inch cube. I went a little bigger on it and got this. I absolutely love this thing. I will link to the person that sells them in the description below. Last I checked, they only had one left, which might be sold out now. They had 3 left when I got mine, and I didn't know about it until then. But if that's already out, they have a bunch of other cool things, and little dioramas and shirts, and I think that's worth checking out. Anyways, on with the Prelude. Hey there everybody, and welcome to my most technically intensive Let's Play yet. Which is kind of ironic considering it might be one of my older ones. Now, Dragon Quest III was actually older than this. I don't think I've played any games older than that, though. Harvest Moon SNES. Harvest Moon SNES is a pretty important game to me. I got it on the Wii eShop in, like, whenever it came out. I don't remember exactly, but I just fell in love with it. The music was kind of repetitive to me, which is something that I think a lot of people thought. But the game itself was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. As for the technical aspect of this, popping up now on the left and on the right-hand side are side panels. These side panels will change and evolve as I play the game. On the right-hand side, you can see the amount of money I have, as denoted by the coin, the peddler, and the money bag, as well as the tools I currently have equipped. And there's nothing quite in that box right there yet, but you'll see that soon enough. Below that, you see some little stables and some hay on the ground, and that is actually where I'm going to put the cows and the chickens and their produce that they sell and the amount of them I have. So that's going to be a pretty important panel for understanding the game and exactly what's going on at all times. So I am also playing this with the Intuitive Ranch Master Patch, but I'll go into that in a minute. I just wanted to bring that up for my notes here, and so I didn't forget. Because I do have notes of everything. I have a 55-page filled notebook. I have a notebook with 55 pages filled. There we go. On the left-hand side, you will see how the tools we currently have in our tool shed in total. Below that, a crop field, and that'll show all the crops we've sold. It will actually change by the season, so you'll see each different variation of it as the seasons go on. And below that is where the power berries are. Power berries are an interesting thing, and I don't remember if they appear in various other parts in the series. I haven't played every single Harvest Moon game. I do plan on covering Harvest Moon 64 at some point in the future, but keep that in mind for later, not now. So those are all the displays that I have. There was a point where I toyed with the idea of showing the current affection score / affection points. I like calling them affection points because affection points AP just sounds a lot nicer. There was a point where I toyed with having that on the left-hand side instead of power berries, but I thought power berries were a bit more important, and they're a little bit more graphically impressive. What stopped me from doing it is that eventually you get married to one of these girls in the game, and instead of actually having an affection meter for all of them on the left-hand side, what I was going to do is include the wife that you get married to in the top left within the tool shed as well, because she is a tool. Wait, no, I don't actually feel that way. Because she often hangs out in the tool shed as her secondary location that she goes to after you get married to her. Every single wife does it, though they do appear at various other points in the game too. I mentioned having the Intuitive Ranch Master Patch installed. Yes, this means I am playing it emulated on PC, but I do own 2 other versions of this game, on Wii, on Wii U, and I technically own the Nintendo Switch version that is a port of the direct SNES version. That is available only if you have a Japanese Nintendo Switch account. It's not super worth it to get any of these anymore, especially with the Wii U eShop going down soon, and the Wii eShop has already been down for years and years and years. It really does bum me out that these are going down, but thankfully, the Intuitive Ranch Master patch exists to patch in a bunch of fixes that were kind of necessary to really enjoy this game to its fullest. It does have one really huge detriment, but I'll get into that later. For now, some of the boons that I've listed off here in a little tiny script that I have for this. It fixes a lot of game-breaking issues, such as soft locking when you're trying to buy and sell livestock at the same time. It fixes several affection point bugs with various bachelorettes that you can encounter in the game. There's a funny one that I mention here, that there's an herb gift dialogue. Like, you get some herbs, you can find an herb in the game, and you give it to one of the bachelorettes and she reacts positively to it. However, she had a negative AP score from that. She loses 6 affection. That is an interesting issue. I don't know exactly how or why, but there we go. It also restores the proper ending credits to the game, including the Japanese localization team and everything like, well, the Japanese team and everything like that, because this game was originally in Japanese, which is really nice. It includes the proper credit images and proper the end sign. Hello, this is Future Patrick. I am a liar. It doesn't do that. It restores credits images and restores and translated, as it says in the patch notes, the end animation at the end of the game. Both of which actually don't work because it breaks the in-game credits. Oops. Still a very worthwhile patch. One of the pluses of this is actually that it includes that you can only buy 99 seed bags at a time. You're probably never going to buy more than that, but I think there was a scaling issue where it didn't add them all properly to your shed. I'm not entirely sure. The original version without patches was super buggy. I'm going to put up on screen right now, or at the start of this list, or maybe both, that shows off each of them, each of the special little things for the changes, including the detrimental one. If you are playing the Intuitive Ranch Master patch with Forever Night turned off, hours last 20 seconds instead of 15 seconds. And a huge plus is that hurricanes will essentially only happen on years 2 and 3 if you have an item that you'll get from a festival later on. At that point, you actually can't have a hurricane anymore anyways, because those are summer-only events, yeah. But now for the detriment. The hot spring is now based on in-game timers, and stamina doesn't restore in the evening because time no longer passes. Otherwise, it restores 4 stamina per in-game minute, which hours are 15 seconds in the version I'm playing. So what you end up with is not being able to farm at night. Now that is a huge detriment, but the boons outweigh the cons of this. It just means you spend a little bit more time in the game and considering your actions. Before anyone asks, I have meticulously planned this. I can't plan for the random elements, I can just hope that the random elements happen sooner rather than later. But that's about it that I can do there. Of course, I can't plan for the random. I did make a spreadsheet for the girls' affection because I noticed that it was something that isn't super common online and you don't see it in a lot of places. I'll have it actually linked in the description below of each playthrough, of each episode of the playthrough. Lastly, how this game saves is kind of unique. Each time you save in this game, you write in your diary before you go to bed. You write down all your day-to-day events and go from there, waking up the next day. I am going to do my best to include at least one diary entry filling up the rest of the 45 pages of this notebook that I have here by the end of this playthrough, written from the perspective of either the main character or someone close to him. And I think that would be a really cool thing to do. I've never been super good at it, but I think it would be neat. That's about it. This is going to be super fun for me. I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to give Harvest Moon everything it deserved, because it does mean a lot to me. I really, really love Harvest Moon. It's a fantastic game. And I did say I would cover the N64 game at some point in the future, so you guys can look forward to that. That's about all. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my stuff and you can't wait to see this Let's Play, let me know in the comments below or anything like that. I do have a lot of data written down on every single thing in the game and how to get a perfect ending, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. And I will see you guys then. Bye.